Hi Lavished dolls, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Lavished doll. I know, right? I've been gone with the wind, but I'm back and twice as fabulous. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to apply your makeup with important beauty tips, from applying foundation to using a concealer and contour to help you create a flawless makeup look that you can be proud of. If this is something that interests you, then definitely keep on watching. If you're new on my channel, thanks for stopping by, but don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button. Let's just go ahead and get started. Before you begin applying your makeup, take the time to prep your skin with moisturizer and primer. I already moisturized my face, so I'm gonna go ahead and prime using the LA Girl Pro Prep HD Moisture Nourishing Face Primer. Just in case you're asking, so primers are silky smooth gels and cream that fill in the lines and pores of your face, smoothing out uneven textures and creating the ideal canvas for your makeup. It is an important step, guys, don't miss that. I'm then gonna go ahead and use the Huda Beauty Full Filter Foundation in the shade Cocoa, starting from the center of my face to blend the foundation outward using the tapping motion. I'm using my foundation brush, but you can also use a beauty blender, and this helps to ensure that it gets into those lines and creases, which help create a smoother, more even texture. And also, these tools are also great for buffing foundation into the skin. I'm going to conceal my face using the Juvia's Place Concealer in the shade 12 to minimize the appearance of dark under eye circles and create a glowing, bright look. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and use a shade 1 or 2 lighter than my skin tone. I'm gonna go beneath my eyes, on my chin, my forehead, down to the center of my nose. I'm then gonna go ahead and contour. So contouring is adding more dimension to your face to create a lift or a chisel look. I'm applying this along my hairline, underneath my cheekbones to create high depth, my jawline, and underneath my chin to define my face a little more, and also to the sides of my nose. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it all together, starting with a concealer. I'm using my setting brush, and all I'm doing is just buffing. I'm just doing a tapping motion, guys. This is so important. This is a very important step. Never drag your product with any tools. Just buff or tap. If you're using a brush, just tap. If you're using a beauty blender, just buff, okay, to help you get that flawless look. So that's what I'm doing, just tapping. I love to use the brush. I don't know why, but I just love to use the brush. Do you see how flawless this is looking already? And especially if you also have texture skin, this is a right method that you can use. Never ever drag your products or sweep it off your face. Just tap or buff it. I'm then gonna go ahead and use my foundation brush to blend my contour. I'm also doing the tapping motion with this one. So it's all about tapping and buffing, okay? And another important tips, blending your foundation, concealer, and contour takes a long time. I mean, it takes a lot of effort. So make sure you have the time and energy. If you want, get you an energy drink or water, so you can have the time to blend your makeup, because you don't want to go out looking muddy and, you know, everybody be looking at your face, and, you know, you don't want to draw attention to your face like that in a negative way. You want to go in a positive way. So be sure to take your time and blend it out very well, okay? I intentionally didn't crop it out. I wanted you to see how I take the time to blend my makeup, and just stay to the end and you're gonna see the finished look. So just take your time and blend it out, okay? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh. Dum, dum. So I've gone back using my setting brush to blend out in between the contour and the concealer to avoid any harsh lines. Okay, you know the contour is darker and the concealer is lighter, so it's creating like harsh lines. So what I'm doing is I'm just covering up those harsh lines by just going over with my setting brush, and then I'm using my contour brush from Morphe to blend the contour on my nose. And if you can see, I'm going right underneath my eyebrows, you know, can you see that? And do you see how it's giving me that contoured nose? You don't need any nose surgery, nothing. Just use your concealer and thank me later. Just look at that. Can you see that shape already? Ooh. I'm using this this beauty blender. This is sold at Walmart, guys. You need this in your makeup, okay? You definitely need this in your makeup. So this beauty blender, after I'm done tapping out or buffing my concealer, I go ahead and use that beauty blender to just go over, especially right underneath my eye, to smooth it out even more, to avoid those creasing and those lines. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now, as you can see. I'm then gonna go ahead and set my concealer, and I'm using the Sacha Buttercup. It's always good to actually set up your concealer or set up your makeup with powder whenever you're done, because these things you applied on your face earlier are liquids, and you know liquids, you can't just have liquids on your face. You want to make sure that you set it up to dry so it doesn't move, and it's gonna also help your makeup to stay in place. It's also gonna avoid your face cracking up, like, you know. So make sure that you always set up your foundation or your makeup, I mean your concealer or any liquid stuff you put on your face. Make sure that you set it up. So I'm using the setting brush again. So I'm just setting up any part of my face that I apply the concealer. I'm not dragging the product, guys. I'm just tapping. Even with the powder, I'm just tapping. I'm not dragging or I'm not sweeping it off my face. I'm just pressing it into my skin, okay, to avoid rough makeup look. I want this look to be so flawless, and this is very important step that you need to take note of. I'm also setting up my contour. I'm using the L'Oreal Paris True Match Super Blendable Powder, and I'm using the shade C10 in Espresso. So this is to you know, just set up the contour. You see I'm going around the hairlines, my neck and the jaw area, any part that I apply contour, underneath my lip. Yeah, that's me right there. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze. I'm using the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mummy. All these steps helps to add more dimensions to your face. You know, it gives you that face lift. You know, some people gotta go do Botox or injections and stuff just to lift your face, but I'm doing this using makeup to give me that lifted face. I'm gonna even chisel out my face even more. So I'm using a setting powder, which is actually more closer to my skin tone underneath my jawline, and I'm using the Black Opal smooth velvet finishing powder in the shade medium number 400, and then I'm gonna blend it out using the setting brush again. This setting brush is amazing. It's from Real Techniques. It does a lot of wonders for me in my makeup. I even prefer it better than using beauty blender. It just gets the job done. I mean, just look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and set my whole face. Like I said earlier, you need to set up your makeup with powder whenever you apply any liquid stuff on your face. So in this case, I'm now gonna set up my whole face, and I'm using the MAC Studio Finish powder. Studio Fix powder, and I'm using the shade NW55. Look at the look already. Just look at that. I'm gonna blush, and I'm using the BH Cosmetics Vanilla Orange. Is it Truffle? I can't really see the writings very well, but it's a 4-color blush palette. That's what I'm using to blush. Blush. I'm then gonna go ahead and highlight my face. So highlighting is to give more, you know, more lighten, more glow to the face. And I'm just highlighting the higher point of my face. That is my cheek. I'm gonna go to my forehead and do the same thing on the bridge of my nose to do the same thing. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and do it around my chin. So it's just like the highest point of your face to give that glow. I mean, it's just something about it. It gives you that beautiful glow. I also made sure that I set up the brush first. I'm using a fun brush. I set up the brush first with my setting spray to give me that glowy mix, you know. Then I'm gonna go ahead and set up my face, and that's it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you don't know, whatever I've taught you right now, if you still can't figure it out, then honestly, I don't know how else you can learn makeup, but these are very important steps. I hope you took notes, and thank you for stopping by. I'm so proud with how it turned out. Honestly, I'm so proud of just look at that. It's so beautiful. That's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment down below, and I'm just gonna respond to everybody, all your comments. I'm gonna answer to your questions and answers. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Lavished. Support my beauty brand Makeup Verific on Instagram by following me, and see you on my next one. Love you all. It's time for selfie. Bye.